Okay, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us again. Um, Last week we spoke about continuing the training in a little bit further depth, but we've decided to halt that for this week because there's been a lot of questions around how things work. And I think it's imperative that everyone knows how all these things work properly for their own benefit. And there's some crucial questions that have come forward, which is affecting people's earnings and that sort of thing. So we've compiled quite a lot of the questions. If there are any others, we can add it in at the end. It's going to be a very quick presentation, but hopefully after this, everyone understands a little bit more. I'm sure the people that are on here, quite frankly, understand it. We more than likely find the people who aren't on here are the ones who don't have a full understanding of it. But regardless, we're going to go through them. And then we're also going to touch a little bit, but not too much, on the new compensation that's going to kick off on the 30th of September. So now why can't I get these slides to move again? Oh, there we go. Okay, the first question is, how many days do I have to reorder? And why this has come up is there have been some people that have fallen short on the day that they've got to put their reorder in or their auto shipment in, and their points are flushed. So to get the story straight, it's 31 days from the date of your last order. So if you came online, what's today, the 8th, 9th? If you came online, you signed up as a brand partner on the 9th, and then on the 15th, you decided to place an order again. The 15th is when your 31 days count. So don't think that you can come back on that 9th or in between that period, as long as it's before then, but it's 31 days. So don't also set it as a certain day of the month, because the 30, 31, 29 days in the throughout each different month will vary your actual date. So just make sure that it's 31 days from the date of your last order. Okay, what happens when my points flush? Your points go back to zero. Unfortunately, you lose everything that you've accumulated, and that accumulation is the points that you put in plus the points that your whole downline has contributed to your points. And these points are needed in order for you to cycle. So if you have no points, you're not going to earn any money. I heard a story last week about a guy who lost 2.7 million points. That's something like $200,000 or something like that. I mean, that's millions of rands that we're talking about through a stupid little error. So it's very important that you keep track of it. And that's why we suggest having the auto shipment. It does it automatically for you. You don't even have to worry about the date. So can I reinstate my points? The answer to that one is yes, you can do it once. Once you've done it once, you cannot do it again. So in your year's membership or lifetime with LifeWave, you're only allowed to have your points flushed one time. Now, if it does flush, within 7 days of it flushing, you can place an order, and then you've got to prove to them that you've actually placed the order. They'll pick it up if you have placed it. Otherwise, you're going to have to send documents through to support in order to prove to them that you have placed it within those 7 days. They will reinstate your points. I have done it for 2 people already. I managed to get it right. But they can't do it again. If they build up a hell of a lot more points and do it again, they're going to lose it. So it is crucial, guys, to make sure that you have your auto shipment in place and you don't let that slip.
Peter?
Then what is it? Yes.
Sorry, I just want to find out, do you want to answer questions per slide or at the end of the presentation?
No, at the end of the presentation, I think. Let's just go through the whole lot and then we'll yeah.
And then we'll address
and we should have time for that, Alana, because it's not going to be a long presentation.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Thanks.
Great. Okay, what is the importance of smart delivery? As I mentioned before, smart delivery is the livelihood of your business. See it as your franchise fee. So every month you've got to place an order, which gives you a minimum of 55 points. And if you're a manager, it has to be 110 points, which is what we term as a two-sleeve order. So see it as your franchise fees every month. That's what you're putting into the business. But remember, you get in stock for that. It's not just money that you're putting in. You're actually getting physical stock, whether you use the stock yourself or you use it in patch parties or give it away or sell it to other people. You are getting product for the money that you are spending every single month. So without your smart delivery, you can't earn a residual income, and you're basically just doing sales. Okay. Now, at that point, I just want to reiterate the point of building the business. If you're in it to build a decent, good business, this is where the money comes from. The money comes from your binary and the bonuses. That's really where the money comes from. Those PIBs that you get paid when you bring someone on board, the personal introduction bonus is a drop in the ocean versus what you are going to get out of your binary. And that's where the focus is for anyone wanting to build a sizable business. That's where the focus is going to be, is bringing on people that are going to add to those points every single month so that you keep rolling and cycling with the binary. Otherwise, you're really just becoming a retail store and you're only earning money out of what sales you've made. So it's imperative that for the people that are in it for the business side, you've got to build those legs and you have to bring on strong people that are going to build it for you. So the last point we've got there, the big money is made through the two passive income streams, which is the binary and the team matching bonus. Okay, does an upgrade count towards my monthly? Yes, it does. And it's a smart way of helping someone build within their own business. I think quite a number of people have done that. They've come in at the cheaper rate, being the bronze. The next month is $200 to upgrade to the silver. And then I think it's another $200 to upgrade to the gold. So if you take that 200, it's very similar to what you would be paying for a two-sleeve order. Okay. So instead of coming in right at the top, just use the upgrade as your auto shipment. You can do that for 2-3 months, and you're actually benefiting from both sides. You're upgrading to another level, and you're covering that auto shipment every single month. It's a smart way of actually doing it. Okay, when I upgrade, how much commission points and stock do I receive? Basic answer to that is the difference between your previous level and the next level that you're going up, from the amount of money you're paying, it gets deducted what you've already paid in. Same as the sleeves, because the sleeves increase, you're getting more sleeves out of each time that you upgrade. They take off the sleeves that you got from the previous upgrade, and they just give you the difference. So you're not paying more and you're not paying any less. You're just paying the difference in between the two different, I wouldn't call them rankings. I'm not sure what you'd call them. Different levels, I suppose it is. So if you go from bronze to silver to gold, there's a difference in the amount of sleeves and there's a difference in the amount of what it'll cost you. All you're doing is paying that little bit of difference each time. And that's why it's a smart way of building yourself into the positions that you have to while you're building your legs as well. Okay, why is it better to sign up a brand partner instead of a customer? Very basic, simple reason for that is a customer is going to pay 30% more for the product. So by encouraging a person to rather become a brand partner, whether they only buy once or whether they continue to buy, they're still going to benefit by 30% on the cost of their product. So that's a motivational tool you can use. Is that instead of just buying as a customer, buy as a brand partner. You don't ever have to buy again. Your membership with LifeWave will continue for a year. If you decide in between, you can just come back and buy again. And a lot of people that we have found that have just bought a sleeve and said they want to try it, within a couple of days, they come back and say, I'm interested now in actually becoming a brand partner. In essence, they've wasted the money on buying a separate sleeve instead of putting that into their sign-up fee. Okay, what does PV, RV, and LV mean? Okay, PV is your personal volume. So every time that you place an order, that's your personal volume that's been added to it, and it's not coming from anyone else in the leg. And in order for you to stay active, you have to purchase at least 55 points. 55 points would be one of the other sleeves besides your X39 and X49, which are your two more expensive sleeves. Every other sleeve is equivalent to 55 points. And I think that's about $60 odd. So you don't have to buy an X39 or an X49 to stay active. You could buy a Carnison, you can buy an LifeWave. It'll keep you active. So if you don't have the money for that month, just buy one of the cheaper ones. It'll keep you going. It'll keep you active. However, if you are a manager, you have to be buying 110, which would be a two sleeve. Okay. And the two sleeve would be obviously one X39 and one of the other cheaper ones, or an X49, which actually I think they run a special on X39, X49 at 140 points, and you're saving about $20 in total. It's a lot cheaper. Okay, then your right RV, which is your right volume, is all the people that you've placed in the right leg. You're building your two legs, as everyone is aware of. So RV is your right leg, and LV, simple, is the left leg that you're building. So each one will build different amounts of points. Okay, then the compensation plan, straightforward, simple. You at the top, you bring someone in on the left, which will be your LV. You bring someone in on your right, which is your RV. Once you brought on and personally sponsored a person on each leg, you then qualify for binary. So that's another imperative thing I want to stress is I made the mistake myself of not locking the leg. And when I brought the second person on, they went on the same side. I had to then wait for the third person to come on before I would qualify for binary. So once you brought on the first person, go into your settings, which is clicking on your name at the top. It'll drop down and say sign out or settings. Go into settings, go further down, you'll see a place where it says lock left or lock right. Just lock it on the other side so that next time someone comes in, automatically it'll go to that. And remember to unlock it if you now want to build the other leg at a later stage. But that is something that's very important to get yourself going on the binary. Okay, and then the binary commissions were very simple, very basic. You at the top, you bring someone in on the left, someone in on the right, you now qualify for binary. They then bring in people underneath them, or you bring in new people, which goes underneath those people. And for those who are unaware of it, is when you bring in a person, you get the points, the BV points, which is either your left or right, whichever place you've logged in. They might bring in someone, the person above that gets those points, you get those points, the person above you that brought you in gets those points. So all the points filter all the way up through every single person going forward. For you to cycle on the binary, one of the legs, it doesn't matter which one, must have equivalent to 330 points, and the other leg must be equivalent to 660 points. That gives you one cycle, which is $50. If you've got double that, in other words, 660 on the one and 1,320 on the other, you then cycle twice. You can get $100. And this is where the importance of going manager is, because below the manager's position, where you're only on diamond or bronze, you haven't upgraded to gold yet, you can only cycle twice. Manager is when you really start earning decent money. So that goes up to 1,500 divided by your 50. You can calculate how many times you need to cycle on that. And then director, more senior director, going right up to the senior presidential director. Okay, and then the last one is the matching bonus. Now, bear in mind, this area and the binary is where the big money is. Okay, so once you have qualified as a manager, you have to be paid as a manager or above. The first level is the people that you brought in, and you also have to be active with 110 PV. You will then get 25% of what they've earned off their binary. Okay, not off their pips, it's only off their binary. So if someone below you cycles once, they get the $50, you will get 25% of those $50. So the more people you've got below you that are on binary and are cycling every single week, that's where you're going to earn your bigger money. Second level is the people that those people that you sponsored brought in, works exactly the same way. And then the third level is the people at the second level underneath the people you sponsored have come in, and also works exactly the same way with the 20%. Okay, and is there a yearly subscription? The question's been asked. Yes, there is. There's a $25 yearly subscription, which on the dates that you started with LifeWave will be billed to you exactly a year later. That's just keeping your brand partner activity going, and makes you affiliate to LifeWave, but there is a $25 fee once a year that you will have to pay. Hopefully after a year, you're earning really good money, so $25 is absolutely nothing for you. And then lastly, going into the new packs. Okay, the way I've worked out to remember this, it's core, advanced, and premium. And just remember CAP. CAP is the easiest way to remember them. Now, what they've done here, I believe that it's in our favor that they've actually done this. And one of the reasons that I have picked up as well is because we're the fastest growing network marketing company, and we're the fastest growing or leaders in the health and wellness industry as well. There's a lot of eyes on us. There's a lot of people that are trying to find fault in how we do business and what we do business with and that type of thing. So there's, from a legality point of view, they picked up a few areas where to safeguard us, they have to change it. I don't know all the details in it, but that's one of the reasons for it. But if we drill through this, and we're not going to go into huge detail at this stage, if we drill through it, it's hugely in our favor. So with the core, advanced, and premium, they've basically done away with the platinum, and they've done away with the bronze. Okay, so your core is now your new silver, the advanced is your new gold, and the premium is your new diamond. Now, people who came in as platinum or are at platinum at the moment will fall under premium. So they will actually be pushed up to the old diamond level, and they'll be premium. And then with the bronze, the question has been, wow, okay, the prices are going up. Now, how are we going to get the bottom end of the market where people can't afford it? In actual fact, bronze hasn't really disappeared. If you look at it from a different perspective, the $25 membership fee or enrollment fee or brand partner fee that they had before is still there. But you don't get any product for it. You can sign up with the $25 and then you have a year's brand partner affiliation to LifeWave, that still stays the same, and you can just buy one sleeve on top of that. So that is, let's call it the old bronze, but in actual fact, it's slightly better because you're not stuck with a higher amount. You can buy with the $25, and you can buy one of the other patches, which is only the 55 PV at $69, and come in at below, I think it worked out about 2,700 Rand. So it'll actually be cheaper to come in at that than what it was with the bronze. So that is one benefit that we really got to look at. And then the major differences here is your core, being your current silver, has actually come down by $5. So it's going to be $5 cheaper. But the big benefit here as well is your points. You were getting 165 points. You're now going to roll 180 points. The PIB that you'll be getting has dropped by $15. But with the points factor, remember what I said earlier on, the money is really in the binary and the matching bonuses. That's really where it is. So the more points you can accumulate, the quicker you're going to be rolling your $50 cycles every time. So the huge benefit is the points that we're getting. They've increased quite dramatically overall. Then the advanced pack being the gold, it's gone up at $35. Your points was 275 you would get. It's now going to be 300. So you're getting another 25 points. Your PIBs have come down by $25. But once again, going back to binary, you're getting more points out of it. And then the premium's gone up considerably. And quite frankly, it's not really that necessary to go premium. Advanced is your equivalent to your old gold, which it's suitable where you should be, but someone who wants a lot more sleeves, the sleeves have gone up, I think, sure, you're getting something like 40 sleeves or something versus what you were before. Yeah. It's 1901 or 39 sleeves that you can actually get out of it. So you're getting a lot of stock out of it. But your points have gone up to 745, which is huge. Before it was the 610. I think it started at 390, and then each month you got 110 over the 3 months. But it's gone up to 745. Major difference. And then that's pretty much it. The last thing I want to say with that as well, and I'm not going to go into too much depth with it, is becoming manager. You don't have to now have silvers on your left or right. Once you reach 300 points, which you're rolling all the time, you become a manager. So it's far easier to get to the manager status than what it was in the past. And purely just by your own orders, your own auto shipments that you're putting in, you can push yourself up to manager quicker than what you would have if you had to bring on 2 silvers. Once you're at manager, you qualify for the higher binary commissions. All right, that's it. Alandri, you want to go through a couple of questions there and see what we got?
Hi, everyone. Hello. Okay, Peter, let me just check what is happening here. So I think it was on the first slide where you were talking about auto shipment. Someone asked, so can you add to this order? And following that, they asked, so if you are on auto ship, then you don't have to worry, but you can add during the month to this order. So maybe we just go through the auto ship one more time.
Okay. All right. Auto ship. You can change it every single month. You can go in at any time and alter what you would like to order product wise. You can also change the date. You can modify the whole thing every single day if you actually want to. So yeah, auto shipment, you don't have to keep the same shipment. You can change it every single month as and when you want to. But the important thing is make sure that you've got enough in there to cover your points.
So yeah, so what I just want to add is, and this is not my fault, but for the newer people, so you can either set an auto ship when you're signing up, or you can go in and buy their product within 31 days. But don't forget to buy their product. And when you're buying the product, that will also count. It just make sure that it's before 31 days is up. Okay, so set an alarm or something.
And then if you
So
put that in just to buy, then remember that is the next start of your next 31 days. So you've got to buy within that period again.
yeah. So Nikki was asking here, did you say that platinum automatically becomes diamond? So need to upgrade?
Yeah. Automatically becomes the premium. So your platinum and your diamond is now both going to be premium.
Okay. Vishwas has a question regarding tax. I think you're in the UK, Vishwas. He's asking, can we please address how to claim VAT tax charge while buying from local tax authorities, HMRC in the UK? I've not received any response from customer services. Peter, can I just start off with that one? I
Yeah,
don't know
please.
if there's any other countries or UK people in here. Vishwas, we're not familiar with the UK tax system. But for South Africa, what I do is I deal directly with my accountant and tax expert. And they advise me, as it's my business, how to go about doing that. So maybe try to get a tax expert or a consultant, or someone in the UK who's familiar with UK law who can advise you on how to do that. Because I know
Yeah.
in South Africa, we deal individually with our accountants according to our business.
Yeah, I am a chartered accountant actually. So I
Okay.
know the tax laws and all those kind of things in UK, and I do my business, and I know accounts very well. And so, but the problem is when you are charging a VAT, when I submit the VAT return to HMRC, HMRC needs to see that whether VAT has come in to them to refund to me or not. But they have not seen any VAT come in with that particular invoice reference. So if when you
Oh,
are charging me something, you need to submit to authority so I can get the money back. And this is where my struggle with HMRC right now, because now my second order is gone. So it's another like almost like a 500 pound I'm talking about, and more than that. So that's why my question is. So I reached out to customer service. I reached out to many people, but I've not got any response from them. So if you can help me with that, I'll really appreciate it.
okay. Peter, what's your suggestions there?
I think, Vishwas, when we dealt with this last time, someone did mention you speak to Scott.
Yeah, I tried to reach out to Scott as well, and it was given to me that you need to speak to first is customer services. I went to customer services. I raised my query. I've got all the mails and correspondence with them. I've not got any response. Maybe we can help later as well. I'm fine because I think they give almost 6 months to claim previous bills as well. So
Yeah.
I'm not
We
too
see where
stuck
we
there.
can help there, but I certainly don't really know what to do besides getting hold of customer services and LifeWave themselves. It's anything I would suggest. I personally can't help you with that.
Yeah. Okay.
You know
But
what I'm thinking, Vishwas, is I know that I saw in the broadcast group that there is an SPD in the UK who was holding a presentation in London recently. Maybe what we need to try and do is I'll see if I can find that person, and then maybe you can reach out to them because they
Sure.
might know the law better there, and then
Yeah.
they might be able to assist you. The other thing I suggest is You may not be getting an email response, but perhaps you might need to call customer services.
I did. I did call them. I had a chat with them, and also then I had a mail with them.
Nothing.
So all three of modes I have already tried with them. They said they're gonna come back to me, but it's been almost like 2 weeks now, and more than 2 weeks. So
Okay.
it just yeah, that's the reason. Okay.
So let's
No
try
problem.
to see who in your UK area is like above level. That's
Yeah.
been in the business a little bit, that might be
Yeah.
able to advise you on the HMRC vibe.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Awesome. Charmaine was just saying thank you for this presentation. Nikki, and I missed what you said about the third leg. Would you mind repeating, please? The third leg, Nikki, can you elaborate for us, please? Sorry about that.
Hi, sorry. I was cooking and I missed something, and I thought that Peter said something about the third leg. This is why you open up the third leg, but perhaps it was in my imagination. Did you say
That's
something
cool.
like that, Peter?
No, I never mentioned about that. Not that I know of.
Okay, I know. Yeah, that's okay. So that's my stuff. And then the next thing is that whole upgrade thing. So what was the point? So I've got somebody who's on my team that was just about to upgrade to diamond, spend quite a lot of money, and now you've said there's no need to upgrade.
No, there's no need to upgrade. If you're on platinum at the moment, you can't upgrade because you will automatically become the premium with the new one. So it's not
but
worth
it ends tonight.
That
9, they were pushing for the 1 week to upgrade from, well, bronze to silver, obviously, or gold to diamond.
For the perks boost.
The only benefit would be they'd get more stock, quite frankly.
Next.
That's all
Guys,
they would.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, bingo.
Okay, I just quickly wanted to step in. These new packages, the changes are only coming on the 30th of September. So this has got nothing to do with the upgrades this week. This was purely a promotion that ended last night or today. So the new packages will only start at the end of the month. This promotion that we had was just to help the business builders, but it ended, well, it's basically ending today. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah,
no, I find it actually quite confusing because there felt like a bit of a rush to get that upgrade done. I mean, what's the point of then? Yes, unless you want all that stock, Peter, but there's no point in her. So now she's going to become a diamond. She'll get the commission of a diamond and so on, or of a platinum. I mean, now we're in a completely different system at the end of the month. Am I making any sense?
I hear you, Nikki. I understand that.
Yeah, it's just very confusing. I mean, she would
Yeah.
have gone and spent a whole load of money today. And when it's really not that necessary, she can just do monthly orders.
May I say something?
Yes, Fred.
Carry on, Fred.
Hi, Fred here. I couldn't tell everybody who was speaking right now, but I spent some time with the LifeWave customer service, and I think I could help this concisely to say what's gone on. And so those of you who recognized that, in fact, there was, as Peter said, no need to upgrade. That's true, because with the new system, we will all be getting the exact same commissions. And then it's also true with whoever just said that if this promotion that is going through today is a benefit for the business builders, so whoever's downline signed up as a diamond is going to benefit from this. The person who spent the money in it, the main benefit to anyone who upgraded is the advantageous pricing that one would get, meaning it's actually a slightly better benefit to upgrade to diamond before September 30th than to do the upgrade that would be available from advanced or core going up to premium. And when we are allowed upgrades after the changeover, once again, I find it most helpful to think of that it's just an advantageous way to receive more product. Because at this point, as one of those
Fred, have we lost you? Are you still there? Let me just see if Fred is still on the call. I see him, but can anybody hear Fred's sound?
No, nothing.
Not JD, yes, Fraser. Well,
Right.
while he's off there, if I can just jump in with what he was saying there, is with the new structure, is actually everyone has the same chance. It doesn't matter what level you come in at. All you're doing is getting more stock and getting more points out of it, so you're going to cycle quicker. But as far as advancing through the ranks, it depends on how many points that you accumulate. As I said previously, to become a manager now, all you have to do is have 300 points that are rolling. Nothing else.
Sorry, I got kicked out there. I don't know why,
No.
but I was basically done.
Is that okay, Fred? Cool. Nikki, can I just put something towards what Fred was saying? Because I didn't think of it in the perspective that Fred had it at. But it's just come to mind. So let's just say you did want to get that PIBS boost tonight and you want to upgrade your person to diamond before the changeover. From the way I understand it, you're going to be paying about 500 USD to upgrade from, or maybe less, from the platinum to gold. So that's going to be less in charge than when you're on the core package if you had to upgrade. So ultimately, you still don't need to upgrade, but I think that would have been the advantage had you needed to upgrade. It would have cost you less from platinum to diamond than to go from like gold to premium. Because it's $525 US, I think, from gold to premium. Am I making sense? I don't know.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense. And it really is what I'm getting from Fred. It's really about your product, you know. You've also got a 3-month that you don't have to reorder. So that's a massive bonus. You're getting your product at a much cheaper price. You know, that makes complete and utter sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is to the benefit of my downline, and then the bonus for me is that I get the bonus. But that's neither here nor there, really. Well, sometimes.
By the way, I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm a little concerned about one item that I could use clarification on if people know, because what you just said, I think, Nikki, I can't see if you're speaking, but I believe it's Nikki, and Liesel just dropped into the chat, and 3 months smart delivery covered. I would like to know, is that true? Because I know that I've had people upgrade from gold to diamond, and they don't get 3 more months from the upgrade. They get 3 total months from the time that they started until the end of that period, because they already received something under gold. So help me understand, is it in fact, are we really getting 3 months? Because if somebody's upgrading from silver, you would think they might get a couple more months, but I don't think you get 3 more. Does anybody know the answer to that?
Liesel, do you know, is it 3 months total or 3 months from the day you upgrade?
I'm not 100% sure. I just know that if you go, you know, for diamond straight from the back, then you get that. So let me just double check with Renita before I post something.
Okay. My understanding of that, but I'm also not 100% sure, is exactly what you said there, Fred, is it's backtracked to when you started. Like it's backtracked with the amount of product you've got and how much you've paid. So if you're already in the business for 3 months and you upgrade to diamond, your 3 months is already taken. But,
right.
Yeah.
Right. And one other thing that somebody was mentioning, you know, there's only 1 month left of these being called diamond. So the fast track bonus that somebody gets is only going to last till September 30th. And that is when you get the, if somebody signs as a diamond and they sign up a diamond, or a platinum, nobody's going to do that, then they would get $500. But after September 30th, everyone's going to get $405. So it's not a huge incentive.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're all happy about that, and we'll probably Renita and Scott will probably update us on that, and we'll get more information on it. And then, you know, the more senior people will filter that information down to us as we go along. And I think we'll also get email updates and so forth. So keep an eye on your emails. There was one other question about the 31 days buying. I think this is from newer people. And I'm thinking maybe, Liesel, are you there? Can you explain the whole 31-day thing to people again, please?
Okay, so basically what happens is, let's say you signed up on the 1st of September, then your 31 days clock starts. So you know you have to write it down. Within 31 days, you have to order. But let's say you tell someone about the product, they want to order, they can either do it through your website or you can place the order for them. So let's say that might happen 10 days after you've signed up. On that day, then the 31 days starts again. So you guys must just be mindful, write it down. When the last order was placed, then the clock starts with 31 days again.
Awesome, awesome. Also, for all the newer people, I think it's advisable, like I log into my back office once a day. It's advisable to just keep an eye on that. Yeah, because the system in the back office does actually give you all the information of where you're at and what you need to be doing in terms of that. I'm just checking if there's any other questions. Does anyone have any other questions regarding binary, regarding commissions? To all the new people, now's your chance.
I have a quick question about the points flush and looking in the back office. Here, I'll come off of the back office states where your personally enrolled team, when they have an X by them or some sort of caution thing. And I noticed that I have a couple of diamonds that signed up in June, and one of them, it looks like there's an next order date placed. And there's another one that doesn't have that. So I'm presuming that means that person has placed an order. I'm going to check with them, but does anyone know about that in terms of monitoring your, because here there's an X placed there that the person is not set up. And then on another column, it says that he's got an order placed. So they don't really add up.
I think I'm on Diamond and I haven't seen that, Fred, so I can't comment on that. Peter, Liesel, can you comment on that, or is this one of those customer service clarification things?
But I'm understanding you correctly there that you're looking at your downline to see when they should order. Is that correct?
Correct.
Now, if you go into that click where it says binary, you can actually see when you can go into each individual and you can see when their last order was placed. So if you're seeing a cross next to their name, it means they're getting close to the time that they're going to reorder. It's like myself now, been in it a couple of months. I've got a bit of a shock initially where it says I wasn't active. Well, why? I've still got 5 days to place an order. And I'd go and have a look, and I got all the customer service. They said, no, it will update in the next week when you place the order. So wherever there's a cross, you can click on them and go in and look at when their last order was. And you can then get hold of them and say, you don't have an auto shipment in place, but in 2 or 3 days' time, your points are going to flush if you don't place an order now. So you can go and look at each individual and see when their last order was placed.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I did that under the personally enrolled team as well. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so Peter, I think that's it for questions. Do you want me to talk about the other resources in there?
Yes, yeah. Elandra has set up some platforms for the whole team. And what we have discussed doing was having a lot of resources on them, similar to this is it, but our own South African one. So thanks to Elandra for setting up our own Facebook page, our own YouTube thing, and so on and so forth. So she's going to take us through that and just familiarize you people with it, give you the links, and please go on and subscribe to the Facebook page where you can put stuff on, as well as find a lot of different testimonies or forms or information on there as well. And then I think a lot of you do know the YouTube channel is growing. There's more subscribers and a lot more views from there. Is every meeting and interaction that we have, we'll post on there. And then all you do is get the link and you can go check it out on YouTube as well. So Alondra is going to take us through those, and thank you for doing that, Alondra.
Sure, Peter. I don't think I'm going to go and share my screen now because this is very new. We just started it today. So from my perspective, I felt like we needed a centralized space of our own where we could like just quickly go in and everything's available to you. And whilst please don't stop in Renita's group, because Renita's Facebook group offers a wealth of resources. It's a massive group and they share testimonials on there every day. I just started a private group just for this as a team. So all the people that are part of this is a team Inspire. We call ourselves Team Inspire. I've already uploaded presentations, files, and I will try to share whatever the managers get questions about, then maybe we can support you with that in that group. We've also opened the YouTube channel so that you can have access to the business recordings and all the recordings all the time, whenever you need them. I will share the links in the WhatsApp group, and we're not going to stop using the WhatsApp group. The WhatsApp group we're still going to use because it's quick and fast communication. But this is for those kind of documents and things that you're looking for, because when someone joins our WhatsApp group, they can't see the history. They can't see the resources that we've shared with them already. So we have to keep on resharing them, and we will keep resharing them. It's just that Facebook is a little more centralized, and even though it's a private group, things will still come up on your feed that you may need, as long as you're following the group. So I just want to check the chat quickly. Can you share the handles? Yes, Michelle, I will definitely be sharing the handles. I'm trying as best as possible just to make everything look smart and snazzy and workable for us, if that makes sense. So, and that's it from me, everyone. I will share in the WhatsApp group with you all. I also, sorry, I know I'm using up everyone's time and it's almost, we're on the hour. Just an idea I wanted to throw out. I thought it would be really amazing if at some stage we can do a sort of interview style with each other. I don't mind being the host, asking you about your personal experience with LifeWave, from the healing and wellness perspective, as well as from the business perspective. And that way we can build up a catalog on YouTube that you can send new people to. Look, this is how I started with LifeWave. This is where I'm at. This is what I'm earning. This has been amazing for me. This has been amazing for my health. And start using each other's resources, if that makes sense. Haven't reached that stage yet, but I just wanted to put it out there to plant the seed so long. Let me know in the WhatsApp group if you think it's a great idea and we can look at doing that. And that is it. Is there any questions?
Before we go, Liesel, have you got anything you'd like to add firstly? Okay, Liesel's not there.
Let me see.
And then
she's gone. Oh, no. Liesel, are you there, beautiful? No, she's probably not available, Peter.
Okay. And then lastly, I just want to brief you on the weeks ahead. Is Nikki, I think you're still on. Maybe you can jump in and just explain a little bit there. Is we're going to be alternating these Monday meetings with different types of topics and their expertise on the products and how to use everything is also vital and essential for everyone to learn all the different aspects, not just the business side. So next week, Nikki and Kathy are going to be holding the Monday evening meeting. to explain a lot more. They've got a beautiful presentation they put together, and hopefully it'll help all of us advance with our knowledge with it. So they'll come on for a week, 2, 3 weeks, or whatever, and then we'll be back to carry on with the balance of Eric Waugh's presentations and advice on how to build the business properly. Nikki, do you want to hop on and just give them a quick little overview?
Can you hear me? I'm on my phone, so it's rather
Yes,
weird.
yes, we see you, we
I
hear
think
you.
I've got 1% left. Kath, do you want to take this? So I've got 1% left.
Okay,
Let me
Nikki.
just plug myself in.
Fine.
Hold on, I'm in. I'm in. So it's basically Kathy's worked on some stuff around anxiety. So we're going to take topics that come up for us: Parkinson's, anxiety, depression, sleeplessness, all those kind of things, and then explain. Kath, I think you need to do this one, lovey. Are you there? Where is she? Because she actually set this up. I was on course.
Oh, yes, there's Kathy. Hi, Kathy.
Yeah, so pretty much what Nikki said. I think it's quite important, to take a couple. Can you hear me?
Yes, Kathy.
Yes, we can.
We're going to just take a couple of the situation, what people are battling with, and sort of zone in and have a little bit more of an understanding, so that when we're speaking to our people, it's just nice to explain how beautifully our patches work for whatever the issues that they're dealing with. So we'll take a couple each week or whatever. We won't do it all in one. I think it's just a bit of overload information. So we'll start off next week with the anxiety, X39 and Eon, and how those actually work.
Awesome.
And if I can just touch on that, what we will also, I've got quite an extensive understanding about meridians, acupuncture, and Fred, if you ever want to join in, you'd be so welcome. And anyone actually who is has been in the wellness game understands the body. So we will be going through detox methods, what we've come up with, how to deal with them, talking about elderly as well, how to deal with the elderly, because there is a responsibility about patching people. So we'll go around those avenues. And of course, questions are always welcome.
Awesome. Nice. I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome.
Can I say one last thing, please? A lot of us in Cape Town will be at an event this Thursday. And our meeting is normally on a Thursday. And I'm so sad because Fred is presenting this Thursday. So please continue to invite your people to the Thursday meeting. Fred is amazing. He grew like so quickly. He's just so inspirational. And Fred, you want to say something on that quickly? I'm going to watch your replay.
Well, it's very kind of you. Thank you. I actually, the main teaser I have is much like the fellow Warren, who was shared with us all back around July 4th. I am hopeful that a new diamond in my downline named Fuad from Canada will be coming. He actually spoke with Warren. Fuad has a story that is parallel to Warren's. He actually was in 28 years of intense pain after an accident. And he said, after speaking with Warren, that he had taken all of the same drugs that Warren had, all the designer pain drugs and everything, and then some. And he is now 5 weeks into the patches, and he was a 5-day miracle, completely chemical free for 3 weeks. He was at the 7 cups of coffee. He now drinks 0. He is just such a beautiful soul, and I look forward to sharing him with us, as well as just getting my feet wet in participating in this activity.
That's going to be powerful. I can't wait to hear from Fred, Nikki, Kathy, everyone. Amazing. Peter, that's me.
Good. Okay. That's it, everyone. Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.